We have a liar in the professional wrestling business, or maybe she's not a liar, kind of like Scarlett Bordeaux. Maybe she isn't flat out lying. She might just be stretching the truth a little bit, because Scarlett Bordeaux recently came out and said in an interview, when asked about how her and her husband's, or I believe it's her husband or boyfriend or whatever, Killer Cross, he's a lucky bastard, right? Let's be real. Whether it's boyfriend or husband, this guy has all the luck in the world being with Scarlett. But anyway, when asked on how they're doing financially, she came out and she said, I quote, "Financially, I will just say it, we are making the same as a WWE main roster salary. We are actually busier now than we were before. 100%. We are answering more emails, dealing with contracts with television shows, movies. With his Twitch and with my OnlyFans, we are non-stop busy and hustling. We have 100% creative freedom and no rules whatsoever to what we are doing." Unquote. First off, I just want to say I think it's laughable how she includes like his Twitch and her OnlyFans in the same sentence as if they're comparable in terms of how they make money. I mean, come on, Scarlett Bordeaux, yes, she is probably making a lot of money on OnlyFans. I don't doubt that for a second. But Killer Cross, is he making money on Twitch? Is he really making enough on Twitch for a WWE main roster salary? The guy's got, what, 4,000 followers? In the past month, he's done 4 streams, and in those 4 streams, not one of them has got over 600 views. So you can do the maths. You can, even Scott Steiner can do the maths. He ain't getting to WWE main salary figures from that. I mean, come on. Nobody is tuning in to Cross's Twitch to see him play games. Maybe if Scarlett Bordeaux is playing with herself in the background, then he might get more viewers. But in terms of his Twitch, in terms of him making WWE salary money through Twitch, it's not happening. And it's nothing against Killer Cross, even though I am a bit jealous that he gets to fucking sleep with Scarlett Bordeaux every night and I don't. Even though that makes me a bit jealous. I mean, come on. I mean, the guy seems alright, but he just doesn't have that it factor in professional wrestling. And I mean, he's certainly not got an it factor on Twitch to be making that kind of money. I mean, the money that he makes on Twitch wouldn't even be enough to support him. That wouldn't even be enough to make like what a full-time minimum wage worker makes. Never mind this guy thinking that his Twitch is contributing to a full-time WWE salary. I mean, no chance. Some of what a full-time WWE salary contract, that could be anything. That could be, I mean, that could be a couple of million if she's talking about, you know, main eventers on the full-time salary. So to suggest that they're making anywhere near that, I think is 100% false. Every time WWE seem to get rid of people, they go into like this delusional mode where they have to pretend that they're better off without the WWE. And why? I mean, why can't they just admit that, yeah, you know what? We're doing okay, but I would rather be in the WWE, or we're doing alright, but I would rather have the WWE money. I mean, it makes no sense to me. Why does everyone pretend that they are better off? I mean, if you're a wrestler, your goal has to be in the number 1 wrestling company in the world. Why would you pretend like that's not what you're interested in, or that's not what you want? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me, guys. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, no, they're definitely making salary money. And she went on to say we're a lot busier now than before. I mean, that part's definitely true. You think about it, when they're working for WWE, I mean, everything's getting done for them, essentially. WWE's saying, right, we're going to Raw, we're going to SmackDown, we're going to NXT. Oh, we have an interview for you to do here, maybe an interview for you to do there. If you're independent, if you're not employed by WWE, if you're having to do all your bookings, think how many individual people you have to contact. You have to literally set everything up yourself. So, of course, they're going to be busier. That part is true. But the whole his Twitch and my OnlyFans, come on. Come on. I mean, if you had to, I mean, on a percentage base, out of 100%, if you add up his Twitch and her OnlyFans together, her OnlyFans is probably doing like 98% of the income compared to 2% of his Twitch. And that's lenient. I'd say that's lenient, because let's say she's making, I mean, she could be making let's say she's making 10 grand a month on OnlyFans, probably making more, but let's just go with 10 grand. Is he really making, what, $200 a month on Twitch? I doubt it. I mean, I know people that do Twitch, and you need to have a pretty decent following to have that kind of money, and I don't think Killer Cross has got it. So, yeah, anyway, I thought that was interesting. Scarlett Bordeaux coming out and saying that her and her husband are better off, or at least the same financially, without the WWE, which is, which is nonsense. Come on, what are they going to, what are you going to do better in a billionaire company, or fucking some guy pretending to play video games on Twitch with a couple of hundred people watching, you know what I mean? Come on, lads. Makes no sense. Anyway, that's it. I like Scarlett Bordeaux. Hopefully she goes back to Impact Wrestling, the smoke show. You know what I mean? She was a perfect 10, there's no doubt about that. And one last thing, I hate how now in professional wrestling, if a couple is together, why do they need to enter promotions as a couple? Like, why can't Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux, if they both went to Impact, why couldn't they do their separate thing? Why do they have to bring up the fact that they are indeed, married? I mean, for years we had Triple H and Stephanie in the WWE, and they never played up the marriage thing ever. Not that I can recall. I mean, there might have been the odd joke Triple H would say about it, or maybe Shawn Michaels when they're in DX would refer to Stephanie being his wife, but I mean, more often than not, it very rarely got brought up. So I don't, and a lot of times people were dating, and it just never really got brought up either. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Why does that have to happen? Because more often than not, one person always drags the other down. And I'm sorry, but there's more money with Scarlett Bordeaux as an individual, as the smoke show, than there is with, Killer Cross hanging about like a bad smell. I mean, it is what it is. It's simple facts. Like, if Matt Hardy went back to WWE or whatever, or Reby Sky joined AEW, why would they need to be together? Why can't we just have Matt Hardy on his own? It makes zero sense to me. Don't know why they do that. I mean, you look at SmackDown back in the day. Could you imagine if they had Michelle McCool always coming out with the dead man Undertaker, and she just constantly stuck by the Undertaker's side? It would look dumb, because Michelle McCool shouldn't be anywhere near the Undertaker, right? I mean, the Undertaker's the Phenom. He is a fucking legend. He's main event, and Michelle McCool is way down at the bottom. So it would have made no sense, and I don't know why they do that in wrestling these days. But anyway, guys, that is it. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.